Hello, everybody, and welcome to Monday night, our team Zoom. This is Ellen Winn's team. My name is Harlequin Murray. I am your co-host this evening, as I usually am on Monday nights. For those of you who are new here, and I know we've got some new people because I just saw somebody from my team join who just got started last week, but welcome to the new people. We're excited that you're here. Lots and lots of things are happening with DAC, and we're super excited about it. But for those of you who are new, our team leader is Ellen Winn. She's my personal sponsor, so pretty much everybody here is on her team, although we do open this up to the rest of the company, so there are some other people here. And there's a lot of people on here that are also on my team as well. But anyways, for those of you who don't know Ellen, just a little bit about her background. She grew up in Dallas, Georgia on her family's farm that's just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. And whenever she got out of school, she went to work in the restaurant industry, worked there for many years, worked her way up the corporate ladder in Domino's Pizza. She was a district director as well as a training manager for them. And then she decided, you know what, I've had enough of working for somebody else, and decided to open up her own pizza restaurant. And she actually had 2 locations. So she's been on the same side of the boat as our business owners who are looking for funding, and she understands all of that. But several years ago, she got started in network marketing. Somebody introduced her to that, and she has been in network marketing ever since. Whenever I met her about 18 years ago, she was the national training director for a network marketing company, and she was my upline at that point as well. So we've known each other for many, many years, and we're lucky to have her to lead us. She's got a lot of experience in business, in network marketing, in training, and she combines all of those to help us out. But anyways, without further ado, Miss Ellen, are you ready to take it away?
I am. Let me get my camera up here. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll get us going. All
And there
right.
text
Thank
message
you, Harlan.
sent out to everybody that I thought my phone was muted. So
Yeah, no text message just going out. Should be good to go. Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to be here. Just shows your level of commitment to what we're doing, what you're doing with your business. Harlequin, I always appreciate you opening this up and bringing everybody in with a warm introduction. Appreciate it very much. Guys, this is the most exciting time that we've had with DAC since I started back in June of 2018. We have been just chomping at the bit, waiting for the right product to come along that would be something that anybody and everybody could market. We've had a great program from day one with our funding platform. It has improved over time, has gotten to be what I believe is one of the best funding platforms in North America with our Bank Breezy partnership. So we have all of the top lenders under our umbrella there, where somebody's needing working capital, they can come through our platform, and we're going to get them the best alternative funding outside of qualifying at their local bank. So that's been our flagship. And then we had payment processing. We've added lines of credit, the employee retention credit. We have payroll benefits where employers can use our pay card and employees can get an early draw on their pay without paying any interest in that. But with our new healthcare program launch, we just have a home run here. David Rutz, our founder, believes we're going to put over 1 million clients on this new RX program just over the next 12 months by the end of next year. To do that, that's going to mean that a lot of you guys are going to be getting a lot of customers. And when you're getting a lot of customers, that means you're going to build a significant residual income. So I'm going to take you through some of the basics on that tonight. I know David's talked about how you go and move from 20% to 50%. I'm going to do a real short version of that. I have a full length training that I'm going to be doing, putting it up on record mode so you guys can watch it and watch it and watch it. But I got a little snapshot of it tonight just so you have a better understanding, especially those of you that are just now getting plugged back in with DAC. Maybe you've been here for 2 or 3 years and came in, didn't have as much success as you had wished with the funding, because it's kind of an up and down ride when you've got those big bonuses, but there's some really good money there, right? Most people won't stick and stay long enough, but now we have something that people can sink their teeth into and start seeing results immediately as long as you're having conversations. So let me get us kicked off in our slideshow that I normally do each week and take you through our top recruiters. All right, Harlequin, you see in my screen? Awesome, thank you very much. Move that out of my way. So DAC, fueling the American dream, whether it's the business owners needing working capital, helping people keep money in their pocket that they're not having to waste on healthcare or prescription drugs, or whether it's talking about fueling your dream of being an entrepreneur, working from home, and making that extra money that helps you accomplish your goals financially. So DAC is really a world-class opportunity with a performance-based compensation plan. You can make a significant income here by building a personal book of business with personal clients. And you can also build a significant income if you decide to build a team. The team building is where you start multiplying your efforts, because for everything that you do, if you have a few producers in your team that are multiplying your efforts over time, you can potentially be getting paid off of your clients plus hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of clients that your team brings to the table. So we're going to talk about that just a little bit tonight. But first off, I want to go through the top recruiters. We've been doing this for 3 years now. This is for the week of 11/3 through the 19th. So last Monday through Sunday. In first place, we had Stephanie Davis. Congratulations, Stephanie. Stephanie had 8 new agent recruits for the week. In second place, we had a 5-way tie with each agent having 4 new agents apiece. I'm sorry, 4-way tie. DeAnthony Thomas, Dream Merchants of Beverly Hills, Eric Johnson, and Mark Politti. Congratulations to you guys in the second place spot there. In sixth place, we had a 3-way tie with Anthony Janis, Nicole Eckhout, and Ronnie McKellar, each having 3 new agent recruits. Congratulations to you guys as well. And in ninth place, we had a 4-way tie with Anthony Kentz, Anusorn Black, Better to Build LLC, and Jason Levin, each with 2 new agent recruits. Now, you had to have 2 new agents to get named on the recruiting board, but all in all, we had 27 agents who had at least 1 new recruit for the week. So this was the best week recruiting numbers that we've seen in a while. I'm glad to see those going up, and I know it's the renewed excitement in the field with the launch of some of our newest programs. So for those of you that may not realize, our davidallencapital.com main home webpage has a healthcare division link right there at the top. So you'll see our funding products, business funding, micro funding, line of credit, just real quick overview of that. If you have a funding client, no matter which one of these 3 pages someone clicks on, they're going to go through the same exact application. Okay. So just know that these first 3 pages give you a different landing page or marketing page, so to speak, to put in front of a client. But once they click on the apply now button on any one of these 3 pages, it's going to take them through the exact same questionnaire, and they're going to have the ability to land on the exact same application with the same questions and opportunity to answer those questions. And then that application is going to fork them off to either our partnership over at Giggle, if they're doing less than 15,000, or if they're operating through a personal checking account, if they're operating with over 15,000 a month in revenue and have a business checking account, or if they have a business checking account doing under 15,000, but they're in the state of California or New York, they're going to go over to the Bank Breezy platform. So that little funnel automatically diverts them off to the right lending platform. Then we have our payment processing partners, employee pay advance, that's the pay card, and our employee retention tax credits, and then our healthcare division. So when you click on healthcare division, our website has been updated. So if you didn't see this already, make sure you make a note that we now have all of our healthcare products housed over on dachealthcare.com. And as you can see, this is the home page, and this is the page that I tend to lead with on my main winnagencyhealth.com is a domain that I purchased because it has all three of our programs. It shows that we have individual health plans, employer plans, and our flat fee RX. So someone can click through from the homepage and get to any of these three products, whatever they're interested in. But I like leading with this. I may talk about the RX program, but I'm still going to send them to this page because that RX program conversation may take them here, and then it piques their interest that we have other healthcare plans too. So you can do that, or you can lead directly with whichever page you're talking about. Okay, you got the ability to do that. Just click on that page, and always make sure you add your ID number to the end of whatever link you're leading with. Now, talking about healthcare, we've got another opportunity tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time at daczoom.com. We've got our healthcare team from Clearwater. Jake will be joining us again on Tuesday. Man, if you guys have not been plugging in on this, Jake does a great training session with us. It's short. It's only about 30-40 minutes or so, but he's coming in, sharing not only his experience in the healthcare space and helping us be better at marketing the products that we have through Clearwater, but also his experience in sales. His sales training last Thursday was just spot on. He taught us how to put our week together on a spreadsheet and make sure that we've got good use of our time. Harlequin, have you seen that posted in the 50 and 50 group yet? Did he share that?
Yes, he did.
He did? Okay. I've not spent much time in there, but for those of you, if you're not in the 50 and 50 healthcare challenge, I'll give you that information in just a second, and you can go find that spreadsheet. But Jake is a wealth of information. He is the vice president of sales with Clearwater, and his focus is helping DAC healthcare grow and expand, and helping us help a lot of customers, which in turn is going to help us put a lot of money back in our pockets for making those referrals. And this is lifetime income, where we can make up to $20 per plan, per member that signs up on the plan, or per plan. If it's a family plan, that's one member considered as far as they're paying their premiums or paying for their plan each month. But it can be up to $20 every month for the life of that client. So every client that signs up on the healthcare plan is worth up to $240 a year, just for you having the conversation with them once, getting them over to the healthcare team, and then letting our team take it from there. Then Wednesday, we've got our funding training with Wade Cordell. Offices will be closed on Thursday for Thanksgiving. And then Friday, our offices will be closed, but we will be doing DAC support. The support team will by email. And David said he will be doing an agent update on Friday, possibly with some new announcements and certainly updates on what's going on with marketing materials and such. So make sure that you mark your calendar for the rest of the week here, even though it is a holiday week. Holiday weeks are a great time for you to have some conversations with people about what's going on in your life and what's new and what's exciting with our business. So the 50 and 50 Healthcare Challenge, if you have not already joined the group, Harlequin created this. He came up with this idea, and it has taken off like crazy. We have a Facebook group, so you can search in Facebook. Just go facebook.com/groups, and then search DAC 50 and 50. That's the name of the group, and it'll come up. You'll have to answer some questions to get admitted to the group, but Harlequin will let you in, and we're sharing some good stuff in there. We've been doing some impromptu power hours and doing some shares on who's having success, what's working, and so on. I'm sure we're going to hear more and more of those, but it gives you the opportunity to plug into a group of like-minded individuals that are focused on getting 50 healthcare clients in the next 50 days. Okay. Now we just added the RX plan into that, and RX can be a great lead in to help you get that 50 and 50. In fact, the RX program, even if it's an RX or a healthcare, getting 50 clients in the next 50 days is a win-win for everybody. I like the sound of that, win-win. Just being funny. All right, so 50
Ellen,
personal healthcare clients in process in the next 50 days. That is the goal. Now, let's talk about compensation and go
Ellen,
through.
can I
Yep.
interrupt for 1 second? I put a direct link in the chat so people can just go and tap on that and go to it. But
Okay.
as a reminder, I know you mentioned it, but please, please answer the questions and have your team members answer the questions, because we've been getting some people from other countries trying to apply, and it helps me weed out the people who are not really in DAC. So I appreciate it if everybody can do that for me.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. All right, so as I mentioned, I want to cover some of the basics on the residual plan because it seems to be a little confusing for most folks. Okay, so I'm going to break it down for you. But understand, our compensation plan has many complex layers, multiple ways to get paid, where you get paid one-time bonuses, you get paid residuals. But it boils down to this: you get one-time bonus that are paid through a bonus plan, and some of our services are going to pay a recurring monthly residual that gets paid through the residual plan on a monthly basis. One-time bonuses get paid after DAC gets paid, like the next day. But all of these services contribute to the residual plan. So funding puts money in the bonus plan and in the residual plan, and then our residual products put money into the residual plan only. But again, the different ways you can get paid: bonuses, residual income. You can move through the ranks where you qualify for car allowances. You can move on up the ranks and qualify for expense accounts. Move on up and you can qualify for revenue sharing, which means you're sharing in the revenue, the entire revenue of David Allen Capital as a company. Okay. And then you can move on up to where you have equity shares and you actually own a piece of the company. So moving through this compensation plan, many layers, but I want to make sure you understand the basics of getting paid every month and not missing any overrides that you might be eligible for or could be eligible for if you're building a team. But every bit of this compensation plan starts with one thing, and that is you getting personal clients. It's one thing that sets DAC apart. A lot of network marketing companies, you get started, you pay a fee to get started, and then you talk other people into paying a fee and getting started and buying their starter kit and all that. And you make money when they pay money to get started, and then they talk somebody else into paying money to get started, and so on and so on. And people make money off of people spending money to get started. That's not how DAC works. We're a free program, and every bit of the revenue comes through DAC through outside clients. Now, we have some products where our services that you can be your own customer, such as identity protection. I have the Identity Protect program for myself. I bought it from myself. It counted towards qualifying volume, and I got paid off of it, or I get paid off of my own plan, right? Same thing with our prescription, our flat fee RX plan that we just launched on Friday. That program, you can be your own customer and it can count towards your qualification. You can also be your own healthcare client, which I'm my own healthcare client. I subscribed to the plan before it even went live with DAC. So I get 40 qualifying volume points every month by being my own customer. But outside of those services, that's the only way you can have internal consumption, is being a product of the product, so to speak. But those are services that I needed anyway, and I was paying for anyway. I just redirected that money from spending it with outside companies to start spending it through DAC so that it funnels through my own business here, right? So let's talk about this. Getting paid in the compensation plan. Every one of you need to understand that you need to get to a minimum of 200 personal residual revenue points to maximize or begin maximizing your income potential here. Okay. So you must get to 200 personal residual points as soon as possible. And you always want to be working towards getting to 1,000 personal revenue in your first 12 months for the 7-level bump up. Now, the easiest way to get there and stay there is through our healthcare programs. And we'll break that down for you on how those points help you earn more. Okay, so not only does your personal residual revenue, your personal client base, affect your personal commissions, it also affects your ability to earn on a team now and for the long haul with the 7-level bump up. So again, I just want to make sure you're real clear on this and you're not sitting back and taking things for granted and just kind of lackadaisically approaching this. You need to be on point, on purpose, and you need to be setting yourself a goal of getting those customers. If you're in the 50 and 50 challenge, you've already set that goal of getting 50 clients in the next 50 days. If you do that, all of this that I'm about to cover will probably be handled, okay? But I'm taking this from page 8 in the compensation plan, which if you don't know where that is, log into your agent back office through the bottom of your David Allen Capital page or your DAC healthcare page. There's a login link on the bottom of all of our websites. When you log in, look over to the left-hand menu, you'll see the Agent Resource Center. When you click on that, it's going to open up on the Getting Started page, but then you can look across the header inside the Agent Resource Center and you'll see a compensation plan document. Click on that header and there's a pop-out window where you can open this up in a full PDF document, okay? But page 8, the residual commission overview is what I want to cover tonight. And we'll break this down into how you get paid and how you go from 20 to 50%, okay? So your personal residual revenue, PRR, that amount determines what you earn on your personal clients as well as your enroller match. Now, your personal residual revenue determines what you earn on the enroller match. So when you're at 0 customers and you have 0 personal residual revenue, you have a 90-day grace period. Your first 90 days, if you're bringing people into DAC and you don't have personal clients yet, those first 90 days, you're in a grace period and you're still going to make a 20% match residually on what your personally enrolled agents do. But after 90 days, if you don't have at least 200 in personal residual revenue points, you're not eligible to earn on those people that you personally enrolled again. So you got to go get 200 points as quickly as possible. Also, having 200 points affects your ability to earn an enroller match over on the bonus side of the plan. Even if you've never had a bonus client, you're qualified your first 60 days to earn a match on the bonuses, a 10% match. But even outside of that, if you don't have a funding, if you have 200 personal residual revenue points, you'll still earn a 10% match on bonus side of the compensation too. So 200 minimum residual revenue points is the magic number for you to not miss out on some commissions that you could have made if you just had a few customers, okay? Now, your personal residual revenue also determines if you're going to qualify for that 7-level bump up. Note here in the bottom, it says must be qualified with 1,000 personal residual revenue within your first 12 months. That residual revenue bump up is spelled out here. Once you hit it, then you are there for life. If you hit it one time, you're there for life. Of course, you have to requalify for it. And with residual customers, then they're automatically continuing to pay for their service. So it's not like you've got to go get new clients every month. You're growing your base. And as long as clients stay on the books and don't cancel or don't die on us, then your residual revenue is there for a long time to come, because we've got sticky services, meaning customers are going to stay on the books, right, with the RX program and healthcare. Now, if you became an agent prior to May 1st of this year, your anniversary date for the 7-level bump up is May 1st of 2024. So don't be panicked when we rolled over here starting January 1st of this year. We didn't have all of these systems in place and we didn't have the compensation completely in place. So folks like me and Harlequin and many of you on here that were already in the system and here prior to May 1, then we have until May 1st of next year to get those points in the system. All right, so let's break down those points. Page 16 in the compensation plan document. This has been updated. This shows our health care services. It's the QV, which is qualified volume, RR, which is residual revenue, and personal commission chart. Page 16 of the comp plan. It now has our clear share and our flat rate RX plans. And I'm going to break down this document because if you understand how to read this page, you're going to understand really what you need to do. So this is your roadmap to getting where you need to go in the comp plan. Okay. So on the left side of that document, it just explains what the services are, right? You got all your DAC plans or clear share plans, whether it's individual, family, they have the same value. The flat rate individual plan monthly, the flat rate individual plan annual, the flat rate family, and then the flat rate annual plans. All right, that's the left side of the document. The next column tells you what the value of that client is. Okay, the clear share are all worth 40 qualified volume points. The individual prescription pharmacy is $10 a month in qualifying volume, and the clear share plans are 40 a month. Okay, the annual plan is going to be 110 one time, and then that's good for 12 months. So you're only going to see that bigger volume show up the month that they buy it until 12 months out when they buy it again to renew that annual deal. Same thing on the family plan, whether it's family or individual, it's 10 qualifying volume points or residual revenue points. And then again, the annual plan on the family, 110, and you only see it the month that it's purchased. The next column is that 20 to 50%. And this is the gray area that agents are so confused about. So again, I want to make sure that after we go through this chart that you understand the breakdown of how you go from earning 20%, which is everybody's base commission, all the way up to earning 50%. Okay. And then we have the residual revenue column. Residual revenue and qualifying volume are the same for now. That could change if something came in the mix later, but they're the same values. But the residual revenue is really the dollar amount that gets put into the comp plan. And then we have the QV and RR when it counts. So the first line, for example, says the clear share plans count monthly and they're uploaded at the end of each month. So anyone that enrolled for a November 1st start date for clear share, it counts this month. It's going to get uploaded at the end of the month. So you'll see those points show up in the plan, and then you'll get paid on it the following month around the 15th. Okay. So that's how those work. The RX plans get activated at the time of purchase. So that's going to be quick volume, quick revenue showing up on your books, especially if you're running for a promotion or you're nearing month end and you need points to qualify. When I talk about month end, we've started talking about this more, but our compensation plan residually, it runs on a calendar month. So as we're getting closer to the end of the month, you always want to look at how many points you have and see if you're close to that next level that's going to push you through to be able to get paid deeper on your organization if you're building a team, or to make sure that you're qualified with 200 points. So the next month, you're not missing out on any potential overrides from your personally enrolled agents. All right. And then, as I just said, working on qualifying volume, the free flat fee RX shows up immediately. Okay. So here's the example, and here's the side-by-side that should be a no-brainer for you. And if you don't already have pen and paper out, you need to get a pen and paper and write this down because this example really breaks it down simple. All right. So for example, let's say that you've enrolled 2 clear share members. Okay. If we look up here on the chart, clear share plans are worth 40 qualifying volume, 40 residual revenue points. Okay. So 2 clear share plans times 40 points equals 80 points on the clear share. Okay. And then our monthly RX plans, all of those are worth 10 points each. So if we had 12 of those, 12 times 10 gives us 120 points on the RX plan. Add those two together, 120 plus 80 gives you a total of 200 personal residual revenue points, okay? And if you look over here in the blue chart, when you're at $200 in personal residual revenue, which that top line is your qualifying number, personal residual revenue, when you're at 200, then you're earning that 20%. Remember, you started at 20%, your first 90 days, you're in a grace period, but after 90 days, if you don't have 200 points, you don't earn on a team. However, you always, always, always earn on your personal customers, whether you have any points or not. So don't ever feel like you're going to miss out on get paid on your clients, because that won't happen. You're always eligible to get paid on personal clients. This just affects whether you're going to earn more on your personal clients and also whether you're going to miss out on any commissions on your team. So 200, you're at 20% residual. So 200 times 20% means you've got a $40 a month residual income coming in off of this example of 200 residual revenue points. All right. Next example, let's say that you have 10 ClearShare plans on the books. Maybe you had a couple of small businesses sign up, or you just had several individuals that signed up on the program. 10 times 40 points is 400 points. Let's say now you've built up to 20 of the RX plans. So 20 times 10 is 200. Add those two together, 400 plus 200. Now you have a total of 600 personal residual revenue. So let's look over here on our blue chart. When you're at 600 level, you're earning your 20% base commission, plus you've earned a 10% bonus increase. So you're getting 30% of whatever that total personal residual revenue is, right? So 600, let's break it down and how it gets paid. It's going to get paid 600 times 20%, which is the base commission, is $120, plus 600 points times 10% bonus is another $60. Add the regular pay of 120 plus the bonus of 60. Now you're making $180 a month when you've got 600 personal points. Now, again, looking at these clients, these are residual. These are ClearShare plans. People are going to continue paying for that healthcare program, and people are going to continue paying for that prescription program if it's saving them money, right? So it's not like you got to go get these new clients again every month, because typically with these services, as you continue getting new clients, it's just increasing your monthly residual revenue. You're not having to go get new clients every month to replace ones that aren't here. They're going to be on the books, and you're just going to keep adding and layering in those points. Next example, and last example on this, to keep it simple, let's say that now you're up to 21 ClearShare plans. That could be one business, guys. It doesn't have to be multiples. It could be one business that had 30, 40 employees, and only 21 of them came on the healthcare plan. Okay. So 21 times 40 points, 40 residual revenue is 840. And let's say you have 35 RX plans, 35 times 10, that's 350 points. Add those two together, and you've got a total of 1,190 personal residual revenue. Okay. That puts us over 1,000. So we've done a couple of things here. One, we just increased our bonus by an extra 20%. So see that bonus increase there is an extra 20. And it just qualified us for the 7-level bump up. So let's do the math. Total of 1,190 personal residual revenue with that extra 20% bonus. So 1,190 times your base commission of 20% is $238, plus you're going to add in the 20% bonus on the 1,190 is another $238 for $476 a month residual income. Okay. But what this does now is if you have a team building and they are whatever their income is, you're going to get an extra 20% match on what you earn on your 7-level team, because you hit that 7-level bump up, and you can get all the way up to a 25% extra bump. So that's why you got to get to 1,000 points minimum in your first 12 months. Okay. So hopefully this example has broken down that compensation plan document so you understand how to read your points. And if you're shooting for that next level, you can look over here to the left to those services and go, wow, I'm 100 points away from hitting that next level. Let me see if I can, if I've got someone interested in the flat rate pharmacy plan, maybe they'll go ahead and prepay a year in advance instead of just doing 1 month. I can show them how they can get an extra month for free. They'll go ahead and prepay the whole year in advance. I'll get 110 points on that. Now it pushes me over the level to get to the next level that I'm working towards. So that's where you want to work on getting customers and getting that accumulating effect going. So again, to increase your income, you need to get to at least 200 in personal residual revenue. And the easiest way to get there and stay there is getting a minimum of 5 health share plans, and then you're done. All right. So that's the end of my slides. And I had a couple extras in there that I wasn't going to put in there, but they ended up there. It's all good. All right. Any questions, comments? Harlequin, I know we talked about the video that I posted on my Facebook page, the from the RX plan. Let me see if I can find that, pull it up and show you guys. And while I'm looking for that, if you've got any questions in the chat, or somebody got a hand raised.
We've got hands raised. I don't have any questions in the chat, at least not sent to me.
All right.
Do you want to go ahead and take the questions now?
Yeah.
Wait, okay. Minor, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello, hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound good.
Yes, Mr. Allen, I was wondering, did you hear, did David say anything about the app and when it was coming out?
No, it's in the works, and there are things layered in, but we don't have a hard deadline on it yet.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
Dave had some good questions on our Zoom earlier today, so that was good.
Yeah, I've been reaching out to people about this new program we got going on, and like I say, for Thanksgiving, I'm gonna ask a lot of my friends and family members about it as well. The customer service, oh, it's so excellent. I love them. I love it. I can't wait to order some more, like vitamins and medicine myself.
Oh, good, good. Well, glad that you're taking advantage of it. And you know, I helped someone sign up on Friday, helped them with their app today, getting that downloaded, or not the app, but getting their cards and stuff and going through the activation process. So it's real simple, but you do, if anybody signs up, you got to read the material they send you, because the instructions are in the email that you receive, and then walking through and completing the personal account information where you're putting in your health issues, health concerns, and all that any pharmacy would ask you, right? Because these guys are an online pharmacy, and they're asking you what your allergies are, health conditions, and so on, so that they can kind of head off any drug interactions or any issues based on what your allergies are and so on. So good stuff, Minor. That your question?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Good to see you. Or good to hear from you. We didn't see you. We heard from you. Hey, Adora, how are you tonight?
Yeah, I'm good, Helen. Thank you. Yeah, hi. Quick question. If I understood you, you said something like if you don't have any that's downline, more or less, within 90 days. So if you now have to have the downline, let's say maybe after 90 days you've joined the business. So let's say you now, maybe after some time, you now start getting, you know, team members, and you have up to like 10, 20 people or even more. So, but because you did not make those team members during the 90 days period, that means you don't ever get any compensation on them. So I'm just trying to understand that.
Question, because I think you misunderstood. I may have misstated it. Okay. But the 90-day
Okay.
window is not a timeline for you to get a team. You can get a team from, 5 years down the road, not recruit anybody now and 5 years down the road, and you're eligible to earn on that team as long as you're qualified. What that 90-day window is a grace period for you to earn on a team, whether you have any customers yet or not. That's what the 90-day window is. It's a 90-day grace period for you to give you the ability to bring somebody in and they're going and getting customers real quick. You still got 90 days that you can get paid on those people before you have your qualifying clients. But after 90 days, if you don't have the qualifying volume of at least 200 points, then you no longer are going to earn on that team until 200 points. And then once you get 200 points, then you start earning on them again. So thank you for asking that question. I'm sure somebody else.
Yeah, that explains it well. Thank you.
Actually, Ellen, I'm going to add to that because that is on the funding side. On the residual side, it's 50 points to earn on your downline.
No. On the enroller matching bonus, it's 10% match on the funding, but on that compensation sheet that I just pulled, you get a 20% match on your personally enrolled people if you have 200 points.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's on the enroller match, but on the residual side, you earn on your downline at 50 points.
Right. You'll earn on the downline at 25%, but you don't earn that extra enroller match.
Correct.
So let me go pull up that document. We'll look at it together. I'm going to pull it not from my screenshot, but from the actual document in the back office. Make sure that we understand that correctly.
Yeah, if you can pull up the residual bonus, not just the part where it's going over the enroller match, but the other part.
Yeah, so I'm going to go back to screen share.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got the actual compensation document up. This is page 9. And Harlequin, this is what you're talking about. If somebody has 50 points, then they can earn 25% match of the income of their first 3 levels, correct?
Yeah.
Right? Okay,
Yes.
but if we go back up to this document that I was talking about, there's an extra 20% match on the enroller commission that you don't earn if you don't have 200 points. Okay. And how that would work is these people on your first level, you're making a 25% match. If you've got 50 points, like Harlequin says, you're going to get paid 25% on level 1, which is your personally enrolled agents, level 2 and level 3. But if you have 200 points or you're in your first 90 days, you also get an extra 20% match on your personally enrolled agent. So those are 2 different things, and they add up together. Make sense?
Yep. Yeah, I just wanted people to know that they do get something at 50 points, but to get the enroller match, which is the additional amount, then you have to have the 200 points once you're out of the 90 days.
Correct. So 200 points affects your enroller match, the 20% enroller match. But Harlequin is correct. You get paid 25% on first 3 levels, but you'll miss out on the 20% enroller match, the extra match, if you don't have 200 points. All right, I'm going to pull back off a share there. All right, cool. All right, next question we have Mike do. And guys, Mike Do, thank you for joining
Thank
us
you.
tonight. I don't know if you were on earlier today. And Odora, did we address all your questions on that before we go to Mike?
Oh, yes, you did. Thank you so much.
Excellent. All right. So if you guys weren't on today, Mike Do has a tremendous background in prescription drug discount cards. He and his wife built a 6-figure business doing this years ago. And I'll actually let you tell the story, Mike, but real excited to see you getting engaged with DAC. Mike's a great team leader. He is a business builder and has been with DAC for quite a while. Had some things happening in life and other businesses where he's been doing some other things for a while, but this really caught his attention. So we're glad to have you back involved in our platform. So I'm going to ask you to unmute and tell us what you got going.
Sure. Thank you, Ellen. Yeah, I would like to add a little bit to what this program can bring to everybody listening. I literally entered the discount drug card business 15 years ago. That's a little bit different than what we have here, but what we have here, I believe, is better. And I just want to explain it a little bit. Barb is my wife. She and I, we were an agent for a small company and that distributed discount prescription cards. And that was a growing thing 15 years ago, before anybody ever heard of GoodRx. And so we took it, we had never heard of it. We're like, gosh, we give somebody a card, they get a discount on a prescription, and we earn a fee. And so it was a business that you only made money if somebody saved money. It was a really feel-good business. And we just took it upon ourselves and went out in the local market, and we just started building, and we got a recurring monthly income and decided that we wanted to do it for ourselves. So I actually negotiated a contract with a pharmacy benefit manager, and we got a contract, and which meant that we could hire agents if we wanted to, but she and I just said, we're going to do it ourselves. And we started touring the country, and we literally, and I'm not exaggerating, over a 10-year period, I know that she and I have been in several thousand doctors' offices. I also used to call on pharmacies, but calling on pharmacies is not going to fit into this program. But everybody is looking at this, and you'll think that, well, I've got 2 or 3 family members or a few friends, and I can help them with this, and I can make a little bit of money, but it's not a lot of money. But it depends on what you set your goals to be. You're going to want to do that with your local market. But if you really want to build a business, there's nothing like the residual income you can earn here. I mean, so if you don't live 100 miles out in the country, and you set upon yourself, David's coming out with marketing materials for us, and you go into doctors' offices and visit them and leave some material behind, or groups, church groups, or I hired a new agent today, came on board, and he immediately said he wants to start setting up meetings with 55 and older groups. And I think that's a great idea. Matter of fact, I'll help you do that. And so the point is, we took a broader approach, and we were getting thousands of prescriptions a month and earning a significant 6-figure income. And we're still earning some of that today, something we started 10 years ago. And it's the most residual nature product I've ever seen. And so this is very similar, but better, because people buy a program and they're going to get their prescriptions, and they're going to get their plan month after month after month. But if you really want to build a significant business, the thing that is offered here that we didn't do is that, with what Ellen just went over, the numbers you have to hit to start earning the overrides on your team, you can earn a significant income just on your own production, like we did. But if you start bringing in a team of whatever, 5, 10, 15, 100 people, you can get to massive income here. And you just need to take a little bit of time and see that through and think it through. And there's no better leader in the planet than Ellen to teach us and make us aware. But I just don't want you to think that you're only going to make a little bit of money, because if you look at the residual nature and you're willing to help people save money, it's not a difficult sale, and it will go viral at some point. And if you have an online penchant to do that, you can do some things online. But yeah, I'm back. I'm here. I can't be more excited because I just know what Barb and I can do with this, and we all can. I mean, there's 320 million people in this country. So wherever you live, whatever town you're in, whatever city you're in, there's not going to be any saturation if you want to work, and you'll see the results of your efforts, and then that's going to make you want to get more and get more and get more, and then you'll get referrals, and some of those people will want to be agents because they see what you're doing. Then you start earning the overrides, and the sky's the limit. And I truly believe that. So I hope, Ellen, I hope I've touched upon what you wanted me to say. But I was going to ask the question about, I heard the app mentioned. What's the app going to do for us? I'm not really familiar with what's coming.
Well, first, thank you, Mike. I appreciate those kind words. And, it's typical with the way I feel about working with you. Yeah, so the app is a free mobile app that'll be downloaded on our phone. It'll be available at the Play Store, I'm sure, once it goes live. And it'll not only be an app, it'll be a web-based version too. So you'll be able to access it from a computer screen or from your phone. And it'll give you the ability to send out videos, send out links and information to prospects. You can send it out by text message, which people are going to read a text much faster than they're going to read an email, right? And then you'll have them in a database where you can track them. You'll actually be able to see activity. And David said they're going to have some activity goals inside the app where maybe even as a team leader, I'm not positive, but I know we've discussed it, as a team leader, you'll be able to see who in your team has activity going on and really see where the work is going. You'll be able to hit certain goals. I mean, it's just going to be amazing. But the app itself is a app that other network marketing companies have been using. The company that created this has been around for a long time, and a lot of really big companies use this app. But every one of the companies that use the app charge their agents for the app. They charge them anywhere from $20 to $40 or $50 a month to have access to that app. At DAC, it's going to be free. Wow. David is giving it away to our agents. So, I put out this call last week when we started the 50 and 50 challenge, and all the healthcare Zooms that the Clearwater team is coming on and doing 1 or 2 extra Zooms a week. We've got to show up. We've got to show support. We've got to really bring our game to the forefront here in this, not only to support the Clearwater team and what they're doing, but to support David, because David he's worked so hard getting DAC to the point that we're at, and he's invested so much money. Mike, I shared with you the other day, when we walked away from Longevity and separated there, David spent over $1 million just to make that separation happen. And that was critical for DAC to be able to be freestanding, not under the website tie that we had with them, and be able to make some of these changes and enhancements that we've made over this past year. Wow. And now he has spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in the planning stages with the app and everything that he's doing. And again, he's not charging us a penny. So all of that is coming out of his personal pocket, or all of the revenue that DAC is getting generated. He's reinvesting it back into the company to make it better for all of us. So that's where I say we gotta bring our A game. And we've got to really put some numbers on the board to show our appreciation back to our company that's been putting all this together for us.
To add just a little bit of what I said earlier, first of all, I'll be on tomorrow for sure. But what I'm going to say, I know that everyone's not going to want to do this, but we in this discount drug business, we had one year that we spent 100 nights in hotels. We traveled that much, city to city around the country. We would make 25 stops a day, going in 25 doctors a day. And the further we get down the road, Ellen, and you do some of these trainings, I'll be happy to add some input of tips that I think that we've picked up over the years on how to work with doctors. And because when you go in a doctor's office without an appointment and you're not a drug salesman or anything like that, you've got a very short window of time to get your point across, because they're busy and you don't have an appointment and they've got people waiting to check in. So you've got to be on top of what you're going to say, and we've got to have good leave behind material. But if we have that, and with, the experience of just getting out there, I mean, you won't have to totally depend on enrolling people. I mean, you go to your local doctor and, leave your business cards, and, you'll have people either contacting you or people that will be going to your website and enrolling, and your numbers will come in faster than you think if you put the work in.
Absolutely.
I really believe that.
Yeah, they will. And Mike, thank you for that. Where I really see you being able to help us all is when we're doing our 50 and 50 power hour calls, which we're going to do those. We don't have them on a set calendar right now, but we did a couple last week. We did one on Wednesday evening and we did another one Friday evening. Just the people that are in that group and wanting to participate, then that's where we're doing, here's what's working, having conversations and so on. And I know I would love for you to share some of your expertise in our next 50 and 50 power hour, if you can make it to that. But
sure.
Bringing on your friends and family and those close people, guys, that helps you build your confidence in what it is we're marketing. Yep. And be prepared so that as you're getting a broader appeal out there, leaving marketing materials, if people call you and have questions, then you've already gone through the process a few times with friends and family, sat down with them as they were enrolling, just like I did with my friend, helped them through the enrollment process, helped them do the back office setup today. That gives you that hands-on working knowledge and confidence of, what you're doing, right? So take advantage of that. But yeah, I'm just super excited. If you guys built a significant 6-figure income with you and Barb doing this on your own, imagine being able to multiply that by tenfold or more because you're able to leverage a team income. So I think we're going to see people making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in this company within the next 12 months.
Yeah, I think if those that dig in and can see it, it's there. I truly believe it. And like I said, the way we did it before, it was a little different product than what this is, but it does the same thing. But we never had agents. We didn't hire. We didn't have any agents. And so the thought of having a team, and I've already have a bit of a team, and just had a new fellow come on board today. I mean, it's just it's mind-boggling to think what you really can earn. And from where you're sitting, you're going to be queen of the world. So
hey, I've been up here just actively just encouraging people now for 5+ years, and I'm glad that I've been able to be that mainstay and have people reach back out. Somebody called me last week. They sent me a text message, and then I called them back, and they're saying, "Hey, I was just checking. Are you still with DAC?" And I'm going, "Absolutely." And they started laughing and said, "Okay, I figured you were, but I thought I would ask." So yeah, good stuff. All right. Well, anything else, Mike? I've got another hand up here. And
no, I'm all done. Thanks for letting me speak.
Awesome. Well, tomorrow will be a great Zoom with Jake over at Clearwater too.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Thank you. Hey, Terry, what you got for us tonight?
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I have a kind of a strange question. I know this is primarily for prescriptions. However, if someone doesn't take prescriptions but need, say, vitamins, can they sign up just to take advantage of some of the other?
Sure. Absolutely they can. I mean, I don't know if it would be cost effective for them or not. because they're getting the quantities, I think, are like 100 vitamins or so. I haven't really dug into that list of over-the-counter meds, but certainly they can become a member and never use it if they don't have a need for it. So
right, they just pay for it every month.
That's right. Or until they cancel. I'm glad you mentioned that. I want to go back on something that Mike said earlier about hitting the 55 plus communities. You know, my friend that we did the enrollment Friday and then activated today, she's on Medicare, and her Medicare drug plan, there's a copay with every single medication that she picks up. There's never a medication that is absolutely free. So we went through that list today, and there are 7 medications that she's having to pay out of pocket for that she's going to be able to get for free, shipped to her for a 90-day supply because of this $19.95 a month RX program. So that's just an incredible savings in itself just for one person. So don't think that just because someone's on Medicare that they have low cost prescriptions, because not all Medicare plans are the same. Talk to anybody and everybody that you know about this. And people that have pets, you know, David mentioned today, it works for pet owners too, as long as it's a human prescription written and in the name of the pet owner and not the pet's name. So good stuff.
Okay.
Anything else?
Thank you. Nope, that's it.
Thank
Thank
you. All right. Anything else before we wrap up here? All right, I got Mike's hand back up.
Just
Sorry, Mike. I clicked unmute and you had unmuted yourself. Go ahead, start over.
Just to touch base on pets. When you get going and doing some of these meetings and trainings, we'll want to bring Barb in, because Barb focused on pets. We had our own pet card, and you know, if you get a written prescription from a veterinarian, you can fill it out. But she's a wealth of knowledge as far as tips in handling the pet market. And it's not the focus that we should go out after, but it's something that can add to your business. And you just have to know how to handle it, because it's different than a doctor or it's just a little bit different. It's a different market, but we'll get her involved too. Because, what I was going to add, we are getting calls every single day from some, and I'm serious about this, from a couple of places that she has put an online health ad for pet medications. And we've got a toll-free number, and we get calls every day, and she calls them back and talks to them about their pet scripts and how to handle it. And she's the one to give all that information, but it's a pretty big part of the market. Can be.
Awesome. Yeah, we've got people that they spend more money on their pets than they do their children. So absolutely. Good comments. All right. Anything before we wrap up, Harlequin? Have we got anything in the chat or anywhere there?
I actually have something. I was speaking to Cheryl Ann PQ earlier this evening, and she shared with me she had a conversation with, she had called in and spoke to one of their representatives at on the pharmacy program, and she said she was really excited because they have it set up so that on your on the bottle for your prescription, they can do it they can make it bilingual. So they can do different languages on there, but by having it in 2 different languages, if you have a caregiver and somebody, who speaks English and you've got a patient who speaks Spanish, for example, that's very helpful that they both can read it. And they also have the ability for somebody who is blind and can't read, or they can't read it. They have a verbal thing that they can give to them so that they can read or hear what the prescription is and how to take it. So she was like totally blown away by them having that ability.
Excellent. Well, good stuff. I see we've got James with a hand up now. James Doswell, I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Hey,
James.
Hello, everybody. Happy Monday.
Yes.
Okay, terrific. I didn't know if you could hear me or not. Ellen, that Medicare person you had recently, I think you said 7 medications were on our list. Did you happen to know, plus you said that each prescription with Medicare has a copay. Did you happen to notice, or was it mentioned in the comparison, what the lowest copay was on those 7?
In our discussion, probably $10.
Okay, the reason I'm asking that is just as an example there, if the lowest copay is 10 on the family plan, okay, with 7, okay, that's less. They save money even on the copay because if the lowest one's 10 and they got 7, that's $70. Okay, they got another 50 in their pocket. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I was just wondering about that. That's interesting because I was kind of wondering about Medicare until that came up in conversation here, and it's like, wow, really? So
Yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
I've got friends that are marketing Medicare, and one of them, I called her the other day, just said, "Hey, when does open enrollment for Medicare stop?" And she said December the 7th. And I said, "Well, I know you're busy, but we just launched a program today that you got to take a look at. When you've got 16 minutes, you need to listen to this audio about how our program works." And she said, "Okay, I'll make 16 minutes." And she's already listened to it. She said, "I'm making time for this." So she and another friend that does Medicare as well. And when I told her what we had, she said, "Sign me up." So, you know, they know they've got clients that get in the donut hole and all sorts of out-of-pocket expenses involved with Medicare. So Medicare is not a one-stop cover all for anybody. And then today, Jamar gave a great example of being a veteran, and his medications are covered through the VA. But he said, "You know, I have to drive over 30 minutes to go to the VA." He said, "Time is money, and being able to have what I need shipped to me for free with this membership more than pays for itself just on the time savings alone, not to mention the gasoline that it takes in my car and all of that." So you'll see that there'll be people that this may be close to what they're spending or just under, but they see the value in it because of the time savings involved. Good stuff. Anything else, James? No, you're muted.
No, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, you bet. All right. Anything else? We wrap it up here.
You were going to show the video or the link for the video?
I found it.
You started taking questions and got interrupted. So
oh well, yep, you're right. I got into screen share. Let me make sure we got stuff. Yeah, making sure I don't have anything disclosed there that I don't want, but yeah, that's all good. Okay, so what I have is I clipped a video off of our website. I looked and looked and looked and tried to find it for download and could not find it. So I created this through a screen share. But as you can see, this is posted. I posted it on my personal Facebook page. I haven't had a lot of interaction in it. I need to promote it and do a good job of getting some conversation started on that because I've only had one person comment or like it. But I just did the heading here. And then I put my link in it. And I made this video specifically where you guys can share it. One great thing about it, as you can see, it's on autoplay and it has text on the screen. So anybody scrolling through my page, that might catch their attention. If I had the audio on, then it's the video on your page. It really explains the whole process of how this works. But at the end of it, I'll fast forward it to here. At the end, as we're getting near the end, you can see that I have added in link and description. So I made it generic, but I put that in there specifically. So now they got to go back and look at the description in the post. and be able to go find the link over to the website. So here it comes in just a second. Activate see link in description, and then it stays there in the red screen at the very end. America's first free pharmacy. So now somebody sees that, they're going to go back up here and look for the link and go over to my DAC RX page. There you have it. So I'm going to put that, I'll have to figure out the best way to make that available to you guys for download, but you're welcome to take that and share it on your own page and kind of duplicate what I've done there and use that as a tool. Okay.
Ellen, can you maybe put that in the 50 and 50 group?
I can. I don't know that you can download it from Facebook there, but
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
download mode. Okay. Awesome. Well, you guys have been awesome. I appreciate your time. We're running over an hour, and I really like to keep this at an hour when possible. Tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, daczoom.com. Let's get on with Jake and show our support there. Bring your questions about what's going on in some of the conversations that you're having, and let's continue having more and more conversations. We'll be doing a power hour before Thanksgiving. I'll just have to let you know on that, looking at our schedule. Okay.
And Ellen, we just hit number 50, or number 100 just asked to join the 50 and 50 group.
Awesome. Awesome.
So we've got 100 members already.
I'm looking for that to be thousands before this is said and done. As we start catching on momentum, really time to be recruiting and bringing on new people. This next week, our recruiting numbers should be through the roof. Okay. Everybody have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Take care. Good night.